Hello and welcome to the news bulletin on Goa365 with me, Priska DeCosta. In a bid to strictly enforce the no smoking ban in the state, fines will be issued from the 1st of January 2009. The Superintendent of Police, Bosco George, announced incentives to those cops who book the maximum number of violators of the no smoking ban in the state.
This announcement was made at a function organized by the National Organization of Tobacco Eradication to train the North Goa police personnel how to enforce the no smoking ban in Goa. Around 200 police personnel of North Goa attended the workshop.
Yes, the announcement is an initiative for my staff that they should, if they can, book the maximum cases under the Anti-Smoking Act, Anti-Tobacco Act. I think we should reward them so that they have an incentive to try and work in that direction.
SP George also said that this workshop would help cops to enforce the no smoking ban in the state.
We now know it's very clear that smoking will be allowed is allowed on the beach where there is no crowd, in the park where there is no crowd, on the road where the others are not infected with it, and also in one's own car without his driver. I think except for these 4 places, there is no other place a person should smoke. And this awareness for my constabulary and the beat staff and my officers, I think it will help us in putting forward this campaign and helping to have a better and healthier Goa.
The National Organization of Tobacco Eradication General Secretary Dr. Shekhar Salkar told us more.
I just want police to be just aware of their powers, and not only as a policing but as a social responsibility. I think half the things will be done in Goa. Almost, I would say 80% job will be done. If they have just another target dealing, you have to go to these 10 hotels, and what is their outcome? Catch the people, what is their outcome? They stay paper. It's a deterrent for others. And especially I would have a problem with only shack owners and those things enduring. I think he has promised me that he will look into the matter. Bosco is a very...
With the International Film Festival of India a few days away and the Corporation of the City of Panjim under pressure to solve the garbage imbroglio in the capital city, talk of Goa government opting for Bangani as a site to dump the garbage was doing the rounds.
Goa365 spoke to Pandurang Madkaikar, Kumarjoa MLA, who had opposed the Bangani site all along to elicit his views.
Today only I read on the paper that government is still willing to go ahead with this land acquisition process. And accordingly I have spoken to the collector. But what I understood from the collector north is it is for the award stage. If they doesn't pass the award within this couple of days, the total process may lapse. So I think that's because of this reason might be government had been processed the file.
Mr. Madkaikar informed us that the matter is pending in the High Court and therefore he did not think that any officer would go against the court.
That time the Panchayat has filed a writ petition against its proposed land acquisition, and that matter is still in the High Court, and I feel it is a sub judice, and with this situation I don't think any officer will take the risk of going against court.
He further stated that when the issue was raised in the assembly by the Santa Cruz MLA Victoria Fernandez and him, a detailed discussion was held on this issue.
And second thing, in the last assembly session, when this issue was raised in the assembly by myself and Victoria Fernandez, and we have the detailed discussion on this garbage treatment plant, and after opposing and after giving the justification, Honorable Chief Minister in the House has agreed to constitute one House committee to look after this garbage treatment site plant. Accordingly, in the assembly session, we have constituted a committee, and 2-3 meetings has been held with this committee.
Madkaikar also said that when a House committee was constituted for this purpose, the House committee was supreme and had the power to decide on the site.
When the House Committee is constituted for a specific reason, I think House Committee is a superior committee. It is a supreme committee. When a House Committee decides, if suppose tomorrow House Committee want to select this old Goa site, then it's okay, fine. If House Committee hasn't given any report to the government, how government can decide any site?
The anti-narcotics cell, Panjim, on Friday conducted raids in coastal belts of North Goa and seized 2.95 kgs of charas worth rupees 2.9 lakhs from two persons in Kalangut and Anjuna respectively.
Acting on a tip-off, the anti-narcotics team, under the supervision of PI Ashish Shirodkar, conducted its first raid at 2:30 p.m. near the Kalangut fish market and arrested Bruno D'Souza, a resident of Umtawado, when they found 1.55 kgs of charas on him. In another raid conducted at 7:30 in the evening, the ANC sleuths arrested one Desmond John D'Souza, a resident of Zordwado, Anjuna, who was in possession of 1.40 kgs of charas.
Don't go away, we'll be right back after the short break. Welcome back, you're with Goa365. Savio Coutinho was elected unopposed as the chairperson of the Margao Municipal Council on Friday. The post of the chairperson had fallen vacant when the chairperson Johnson Fernandes had resigned earlier from the post on the 4th of this month.
Two nomination papers have been withdrawn by the candidates. As such, only one candidate remains in play, stating 3 proposals. And since he is the only candidate in the fray, I hereby declare Coutinho Savio Goacom to be elected unanimously for the post of chairperson to the Margao Municipal Council.
The process to elect the chairman for Margao Municipal Council began on Thursday. Nominations for the post were accepted till 12 noon on Thursday. Scrutiny of the nomination papers and withdrawal was allowed till 11 a.m. of Friday, followed by the elections. The 3 candidates who were former chairpersons had filed their nominations, namely Savio Coutinho, Piedad Norona and ex-chairperson Johnson Fernandes, but later Piedad Norona and Johnson Fernandes withdrew their nominations. Speaking to Goa365, the newly elected chairperson vowed to increase the revenues of the municipal council of the commercial city to bring about development.
Because basically we have to see that Margao development takes place, and this being a commercial capital, we have got lots of scope for finance as far as finance required for development. Priorities in the sense, development is one thing, and when we talk about development, the first question comes about funds. I am sure that our Chief Minister will allot and the Urban Development Minister will allot the required funds. And so also our municipality itself, I always believe that we can be self-sufficient with the scope of revenue that is lying outside our coffers, our own revenue which is lying outside. It is high time that we take serious steps to see that it comes into our coffers, and with that we should take the development works. So once everybody knows that the house tax is on carpet area for all, then people who are also under this false illusion that their house tax will be less will come and pay, and we will see that we give them ample of opportunities to come and pay and give wide publicity so that our income which is due to us comes, and I will work for that. I will see that our staff, the administration, is also part of our functioning. I will motivate them to work to the expectations of the people.
World Diabetes Day was observed on Friday. The Directorate of Health Services, in collaboration with the Goa Medical College and the Novo Nordisk Education Foundation, held a walk in which people from all walks of life participated.
The rally commenced from the Azad Maidan and culminated at the Kala Academy premises. The children were seen holding placards and shouting slogans. In a formal function organized at Kala Academy premises, Mrs. Shinkre, the principal of Home Science College, gave tips on nutritious diet.
Good nutrition today is not only important for individuals, but it is also important to create a human resource so that our country